When you think about success, what comes to your mind? Is it the shining trophy, the millions in the bank, or perhaps the respect of your peers? But let me ask you a question. What if you could attain all of that without waiting for success to show up first? What if I told you that success doesn't always come before your actions, but that it can actually follow them? Imagine for a moment the power of living as though you're already living the life you dream about. Isn't that an exciting thought? The idea of acting as if you are already successful isn't just a feel-good notion, it's a game changer in the most practical sense. By stepping into that mindset today, right now, you begin to create a reality where success is an inevitable outcome. Many successful individuals have reached the heights they have because they didn't wait for the stars to align before they took action. Instead, they embraced the concept of acting as if long before the tangible results manifested. They practice the belief that success isn't about waiting for circumstances to change, but it's about changing how you show up in the world. Think about it. When you decide to act as if you're already where you want to be, your energy shifts. The very way you walk, talk, and interact with others starts aligning with the success you envision. And guess what happens? People around you begin to treat you like you're already successful. Doesn't that sound powerful? What if I told you that you too can begin to embody that mindset today? When you act as if you are already successful, the external world starts responding to you in ways you can't even predict. This concept isn't rooted in wishful thinking. It's based on real psychological principles. By acting confidently, taking deliberate actions, and showing up with purpose, you attract the energy, people, and opportunities that lead to success. It's simple. Energy flows where attention goes. When you focus on living as if you've already made it, you begin to magnetize success. The way you speak, carry yourself, and make decisions all contribute to the momentum you create. It's like planting seeds of greatness that will eventually bear fruit if you nurture them long enough. But it all begins with that shift in mindset. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what if I'm not successful yet? How can I pretend? And that's exactly where the magic lies. You don't need to pretend in the way you may be thinking. Instead, it's about believing that you are capable, deserving, and worthy of success before it even manifests. It's about embracing the idea that the habits, actions, and mindset of successful people are available to you right now. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need to wait for some magical transformation. No, you just need to begin. What would happen if you made decisions today that someone who is already successful would make? Would you be more confident in your choices? Would you hold yourself accountable in a different way? Think about the psychology of confidence for a moment. It's not just about what you think in your head, it's about how you behave. Confidence is contagious. It's a feeling that spreads to others. When you act as though you're already successful, others will see that energy, and whether they realize it or not, they'll start treating you differently. People gravitate toward those who radiate confidence and certainty in their actions. You become a magnet for new opportunities because you carry yourself as if you already belong at the table. What would it feel like to be that person? What would it feel like to be the one in the room with the quiet strength that says, I belong here? It's not just about looking the part either. It's about acting the part and doing the work that aligns with where you want to go. Let me give you a simple example. Have you ever noticed how people who are already successful seem to have so much more energy, motivation, and drive? They take action without waiting for permission or validation from others. Imagine approaching your goals with the same urgency, energy, and confidence that those who are already at the top of their game have. When you start acting as if you're already successful, you stop wasting time waiting for the perfect moment, and instead you seize the opportunities in front of you with enthusiasm and purpose. It's the way you stand in the face of challenges that will determine how close you are to your breakthrough. Think about the role of habits in success. If you were already successful, how would you spend your day? What would your habits look like? Would you wake up early, prepared to tackle your goals? Would you spend your time on things that matter most, or would you waste precious hours on distractions? Would you surround yourself with positive, successful people who encourage you to be your best? The truth is, success is built in the smallest of daily actions. So what would happen if you started doing those things now? What would happen if you built those habits that define success today and not tomorrow? The small decisions add up over time, and when you act as if, those small actions compound into a massive shift in your life. Success is not just a destination. It's the cumulative effect of 1,000 small decisions, consistent habits, and a mindset that says, I am already becoming who I want to be. It's when you live in alignment with your goals, even when the evidence isn't immediately clear. Acting as if you're already successful means staying grounded in your mission even when obstacles arise. It's about knowing that setbacks are a part of the journey, not a sign of failure. The successful person understands that their challenges don't define them. They're just stepping stones toward a greater achievement. What would it take for you to see every setback as a lesson, as a necessary part of the process that will lead you to your highest potential? Acting as if you're already successful isn't some fluffy, unrealistic idea. It's about tapping into a powerful psychological shift that can make all the difference in the world. It's about embodying the belief that you are deserving of your goals, and that you already have the power within you to achieve them. The world responds to that belief by giving you what you're putting out. Have you ever met someone who just has a certain presence about them? That person isn't necessarily richer, smarter, or more talented. They just exude a confidence that makes everyone else think they are. This is the power of acting as if. It's about stepping into the energy of success long before the physical evidence shows up. So here's my challenge to you. What would it look like if you started acting as if right now? What would it look like if you began to step into your power with certainty and conviction? Every successful person was once in the exact same place you are today, wondering how to move from where they were to where they wanted to be. And the answer every single time was this. They started acting as if. They took the first step even when it was scary, and believed that success was already on its way, and you can do the same. The question is, are you ready to take that first step? Are you ready to act as if your success is already here? Imagine waking up every morning knowing exactly what your day will look like. Full of purpose, full of energy, and full of action that moves you closer to your goals. Do you believe that could be possible for you? Or do you feel trapped in a cycle of uncertainty, waiting for a sign that it's time to take the leap? Let me tell you something. That sign may never come. And that's okay. Success doesn't wait for the perfect conditions. It responds to the actions you take today, right now, regardless of the circumstances. The beauty of acting as if you're already successful is that you don't need to wait for things to fall into place. You make them fall into place by showing up with the mindset of someone who's already achieved their dreams. Think about how we often wait for the perfect time to pursue our goals. We tell ourselves, when I have more money, then I'll start investing in my future. Or when I have more time, I'll begin working on my passion project. But that's not how success works, is it? Success doesn't care about your perfect timing. It only cares about your willingness to step into the life you want, now. What if you took action right now as if you already have everything you need? Can you feel the shift in energy that would come with that? When you act as if you're already successful, you stop waiting and start creating the circumstances that will lead to your success. What would happen if you treated every moment as an opportunity to act like the person you want to become? What if you approached every challenge with the belief that you are more than capable of handling it? It's the mental shift that happens when you stop waiting for approval, permission, or a perfect moment and simply begin living with conviction. That's the core of success. Confidence in yourself, even when the world isn't handing you the results yet. People who achieve greatness are often the ones who simply don't give up, who act as if failure isn't even an option. They know that the results will follow if they just keep showing up, keep pushing, and keep believing in their ability to succeed. Here's the thing. Success is built on actions, not just dreams. How often do you dream of success, but then let your actions fall short? What if you committed to living your life with the kind of confidence and action that successful people display? Successful people don't just wait around for the good stuff to come. They go after it. They make decisions with clarity, with purpose, and with the unwavering belief that they are moving in the right direction, no matter what. The moment you start acting as if you're already successful, you stop letting fear dictate your choices. You begin to take bold, inspired action that aligns with the success you already believe you deserve. The power of this mindset lies in how it shapes your behavior. Think about how a person who is already successful operates. Do they hesitate when they make decisions? Do they second-guess themselves at every turn? Absolutely not. Successful people move with certainty. They make decisions quickly and act with confidence, even when they don't have all the information. They trust themselves and their ability to handle whatever comes their way. What would happen if you started trusting yourself in the same way? What if you made decisions with the same confidence that someone who has already reached their goals would? You would stop getting bogged down by doubts and second guessing, and you would start making progress in ways that you've only dreamed about. Let's talk about how this mindset impacts the way you view failure. When you act as if you're already successful, failure is no longer something to fear. It's simply a part of the process. People who live with the act as if mindset see failure as an opportunity to learn and grow, not as a reflection of their worth or potential. They understand that setbacks are a natural part of success. What if you adopted that same mindset? Instead of letting failure stop you, you would see them as stepping stones, learning experiences that guide you closer to your goal. When you live with the knowledge that you are destined for success, failure becomes a friend who teaches you valuable lessons. The key here is that success doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen by simply wishing for it. Success happens when you begin to act with the belief that you are already on the path to greatness. It's about showing up every day, even when the results aren't immediate, and trusting that your actions are creating the future you desire. Success is built from the consistency of small actions compounded over time. By acting as if you're not only aligning with success, you're also building the foundation on which it will stand. What would happen if you started seeing opportunities everywhere, not just in the perfect situation? Often we limit ourselves by waiting for the ideal circumstances, only to miss countless chances that would help us get closer to our goals. When you act as if you're already successful, you stop waiting and start seeing the abundance around you. You notice opportunities, relationships, and even the smallest moments that have the potential to move you closer to your dreams. By shifting your mindset, you open your eyes to possibilities you hadn't even considered before, and that's where the magic begins. Success is often hidden in plain sight, and by acting as if you're already on the path, you unlock the ability to see it. You might be wondering, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually do this? It's simple really. Start small. Begin to make decisions, take actions, and speak with the confidence of someone who is already successful. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but discomfort is the key to growth. You won't feel successful in the traditional sense right away, and that's okay. The key is to keep moving, to keep showing up with the belief that success is not something outside of you, but something you're creating every day through your actions and mindset. So what's the first step? How will you begin to act as if? Imagine your future self looking back at you now. What advice would they give you? Would they encourage you to act boldly? To trust in yourself, to stop waiting for everything to fall into place? Would they remind you that success is created through consistent action, even when things feel uncertain? That's the voice of your future success guiding you, pushing you to take that first step to begin acting as if. This is your moment, the moment where you choose to show up for your future, to act in alignment with your highest vision, and to live with the confidence of someone who is already there. Are you ready to take that first step? The choice is yours and the time is now. If you're still unsure, here's one last thought to keep in mind. Acting as if isn't about tricking yourself or pretending. It's about realizing that you already have everything you need to be successful within you. It's about embodying the mindset, the actions, and the behaviors of someone who is destined for greatness. What's stopping you from stepping into that version of yourself right now? What are you waiting for? The sooner you start acting as if you're already successful, the sooner you'll be living the life you've always dreamed of. So take that leap, and remember, success is not a destination. It's a mindset, a habit, and a choice that starts with you. When you begin acting as if you're already successful, something remarkable happens. The world around you begins to shift. The people you interact with start responding to you differently. Your opportunities seem to multiply, and even your thoughts start aligning with the success you seek. But here's the secret. Success doesn't happen because you wait for it. It happens because you align your actions with the future you want to create. By acting as if you've already achieved your goals, you're actively laying the groundwork for your success. It's not about waiting for some magical moment where everything falls into place. It's about making things happen through consistent, purposeful action. If you want to achieve the kind of success you dream of, you need to start living the life you want right now. That's the foundation of acting as if. It's not about pretending. It's about truly stepping into the identity of the successful person you want to become. How does that successful person behave? How do they handle challenges? How do they talk to themselves and others? The moment you start answering these questions, you'll realize that the life you want to live isn't somewhere out there in the future. It's here right now, if you only choose to embrace it. When you start acting like the person you want to be, success will begin to follow you, because success recognizes that same energy. You might be wondering, but how can I act as if when things aren't going the way I want them to? That's a fair question. Success isn't about having everything figured out from the start. In fact, many of the most successful people encountered significant obstacles and challenges before they made it to where they are today. What separates them from others is the way they responded. They didn't let temporary setbacks define them. They didn't wait until their circumstances were perfect. They just kept acting as if, and with time, their actions align with the success they envisioned. The same can happen for you if you choose to show up every single day, regardless of the situation, with the belief that you are on the path to greatness. This is where belief comes into play. Success is not just a matter of taking action. It's about taking action with unshakable belief that it will work out. When you act as if, you are telling the universe that you trust the process. You're telling the world, I may not be where I want to be yet, but I'm already acting in alignment with the person I am becoming. And guess what? The world responds to that energy. It's a law of attraction in action. The more you show up as if you've already achieved your goals, the more opportunities and people will come into your life that will help you get closer to your desired reality. Think about how belief influences our day-to-day decisions. If you truly believed that you were already successful, how would you behave? Would you speak more confidently? Would you make decisions with more clarity and certainty? Would you feel more capable of handling the inevitable challenges that arise? When you act as if you've already achieved success, these behaviors become second nature. The act of belief empowers you to approach each situation with the confidence and determination of someone who already has the success they desire. This shift in your mindset and behavior creates momentum, a powerful force that will propel you toward your goals, even when the path feels unclear. There's a reason successful people talk about the importance of confidence. Confidence is a magnet for success. The more you act as if you're already confident and successful, the more you start to believe in your ability to achieve your goals. And the more you believe in yourself, the more your actions reflect that belief. This cycle continues, with each positive action building on the last until eventually, success becomes a natural outcome of your belief and actions. The key is to start before you see the result. Don't wait until the bank account is full or the accolades are pouring in. Act as if it's already true, and you'll start to see the universe respond in ways you never thought possible. Remember that confidence isn't about pretending to have all the answers. It's about trusting yourself enough to take action, even when you don't have all the answers. What would happen if you gave yourself permission to move forward with certainty, even when you felt uncertain? It's in those moments of discomfort that you grow the most. Successful people understand this. They understand that growth often happens in the midst of discomfort. So when you step out in confidence and take action, even when it's hard, you're aligning with the very essence of success. You are proving to yourself that you are worthy of the life you want, and the universe begins to mirror that energy. In addition to confidence, another crucial aspect of acting as if is consistency. It's not enough to act as if for a day, a week, or even a month. Success requires sustained effort. When you act as if you're already successful, you are committing to showing up every single day no matter what. You're saying, I will not be swayed by temporary circumstances. I am going to keep moving forward with purpose and intention. And eventually, my actions will yield the results I desire. It's through this consistency that you build trust in yourself, and the world around you starts to recognize you as someone who is serious about success. Think about consistency in terms of building a habit. Successful people have one thing in common: they are consistent in their actions. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They create the momentum through their daily actions. It's the small, consistent steps that lead to big results. What would it look like if you began to implement this same principle into your life? What if you showed up every day, even when you didn't feel like it, with the belief that your actions would eventually pay off? It's in the consistency of showing up that you'll see the magic unfold. As you move through your journey of acting as if, it's important to remember that the process isn't always linear. There will be ups and downs, moments of doubt, and times when it feels like things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like. But I want you to remember this. Your commitment to acting as if will keep you moving forward, even on the tough days. You won't give up because you know deep down that success is inevitable when you align your actions with your vision. The path may not always be smooth, but your unwavering belief in yourself will carry you through the challenges. Another essential part of acting as if is learning to embrace discomfort. The discomfort you feel when you act as if you're already successful is a signal that you're stepping outside your comfort zone, which is where growth happens. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone, where everything feels safe and predictable. But true success doesn't live in comfort. It's in those moments of discomfort that you build the resilience, creativity, and strength necessary to achieve your dreams. So, embrace the discomfort, lean into it, and know that it is leading you exactly where you need to go. So now I ask you again, what would it look like if you started acting as if you were already successful? How would you approach each day? How would you make decisions? The more you commit to acting as if, the more success will begin to show up in your life in ways you never imagined possible. Start now, start small, and trust that each step forward is one step closer to the life you've always dreamed of living. The only thing standing between you and your success is the belief that you're worthy of it, and the courage to act as if. At this point, you may be asking yourself, okay, I get it. I need to act as if I'm already successful. But how do I maintain this mindset over time? How do I keep up the belief when things don't seem to be going my way? The answer lies in resilience, the ability to persevere through challenges and stay the course even when the results aren't immediately visible. It's easy to feel like giving up when things aren't progressing as quickly as you would like, but here's the truth. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. The key to long-term success lies in consistently acting as if you've already achieved your goals, regardless of the circumstances around you. You build resilience through the practice of showing up every day, committed to your vision, no matter what the external world looks like. In fact, acting as if's like training for a marathon. The first few steps are awkward, uncomfortable, and uncertain. You might stumble or question whether you're even on the right path. But as you continue to take action, you gain momentum. Each small effort adds up. And over time, you begin to build the mental toughness and perseverance that successful people are known for. They didn't start out being successful or perfect. They started by acting as if they were, and through persistence, their actions eventually led to the results they saw. This is the essence of resilience. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up with the belief that you will succeed, no matter the obstacles. One of the most powerful things about acting as if is that it doesn't require everything to be in place. When you act as if, you're not waiting for all the pieces of the puzzle to align before you take action. Instead, you're creating the momentum that eventually fills in the gaps. This is a major psychological shift. We often get caught in the trap of perfectionism, thinking that we need everything to be flawless before we can begin. But the truth is, perfectionism can paralyze you. It can keep you stuck in a cycle of overthinking and hesitation. Acting as if allows you to break free from that paralysis and take bold, imperfect action. You don't need to know everything. Just take the first step and trust that the rest will follow. This is where faith comes into play. Faith isn't just a religious concept. It's a psychological tool that can help you navigate uncertainty. When you act as if you're already successful, you're exercising faith in your own abilities and in the process itself. You're saying, I may not see the full picture right now, but I trust that every action I take is moving me closer to my goals. It's this faith that will keep you moving forward, even when the road gets rough. It's the kind of faith that successful people lean on when they face obstacles. They don't give up. They trust the process because they know that consistency, faith, and belief will lead them to the success they desire. The power of acting as if is also deeply connected to how you view your identity. The more you act as if you're already successful, the more your identity begins to shift. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is working on success, and you start seeing yourself as someone who is successful. This shift in self-perception is vital because your identity influences your actions. If you see yourself as someone who is worthy of success, you'll naturally make decisions that align with that belief. On the other hand, if you see yourself as someone who is still waiting for success to show up, you'll continue to make choices that reflect that mindset. Acting as if helps you reshape your identity to one of success and abundance, and that's when the magic truly begins. But here's the key. Your actions are what solidify your identity. You can't just think about being successful. You have to be successful in the way you think, act, and interact with others. This is where consistency becomes crucial. The more consistently you act as if you are already successful, the more that mindset becomes ingrained in you. It moves from being something you're pretending to do to something that's just who you are. And when that happens, your reality starts to shift. Your goals become clearer, your actions become more focused, and your belief in your own abilities becomes unshakable. You start seeing opportunities where you once saw barriers. You start to realize that success isn't just something you're working toward, it's something you are creating every single day. Another vital part of acting as if is understanding that success is not about getting things right all the time. It's about progress, not perfection. Successful people understand this. They know that it's the small daily actions that lead to big results. They know that it's okay to make mistakes along the way because those mistakes are just stepping stones toward their ultimate goal. Acting as if you're already successful means accepting that failure is a natural part of the process. You will face setbacks. You will make mistakes. But each mistake is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and grow. The key is to keep acting as if, even when things aren't going perfectly. As long as you keep moving forward, you're on the right track. This brings us to an important point. The way you handle adversity plays a significant role in your long-term success. When you act as if you're already successful, you approach challenges with a different mindset. Rather than seeing obstacles as insurmountable problems, you see them as opportunities to test your resilience. Successful people don't view obstacles as reasons to quit. They view them as reasons to push harder. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen their resolve and to become better at what they do. When you act as if, you're not only setting yourself up for success, you're building the resilience needed to overcome anything that comes your way. So when life throws challenges at you, remember this. Those challenges are just stepping stones toward your success. They're not roadblocks, they're opportunities to show yourself just how resilient you can be. Every time you keep moving forward despite the difficulties, you are solidifying the belief in yourself that will carry you to the next level. Success doesn't happen in a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs. But with each high and low, you get closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. Let's take a moment to talk about the importance of environment. When you start acting as if, you'll notice that your environment starts to change as well. As you begin to show up with the energy of someone who is already successful, the people around you will start to notice. Some may even begin to treat you with more respect and admiration. Others may fall away, because, let's face it, not everyone is comfortable with someone who is growing, evolving, and stepping into their full potential. But that's okay. The right people, the ones who believe in your vision and want to see you succeed, will be drawn to you. Acting as if naturally attracts people who resonate with your energy and mindset, creating a supportive community that will help propel you toward success. This brings us to a crucial point, self-worth. One of the core principles behind acting as if is the understanding that you are worthy of success right now, not in the future. The moment you recognize that you are deserving of success, everything changes. Your decisions, actions, and interactions with others will align with this belief. When you act as if you are already successful, you're telling the world, I am worthy of achieving my dreams. And guess what? The world responds accordingly. Opportunities will present themselves. People will offer help and guidance. The universe will move in your favor, simply because you are showing up with the belief that you are worthy of everything you desire. So, let me ask you again, what's stopping you from acting as if you're already successful? The path is there and the time is now. Step into your power, trust the process, and begin acting as if today. Success is not some distant dream. It's a mindset that you can create right now by choosing to show up as the person you want to become. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. Are you ready to take that step? At this point, it's clear that acting as if you're already successful is more than just a mindset. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of living that influences everything you do, from the decisions you make to the way you interact with others. But as you continue to embody this mindset, you may begin to realize that success doesn't just happen because you believe it will. It also requires an unwavering commitment to your vision and the daily discipline to turn that vision into reality. You can't simply act as if, and then sit back and wait for things to happen. Success requires sustained effort. It's not about one or two bold actions, but a series of consistent, intentional steps that will gradually lead you to your goals. One of the first lessons successful people learn is that their time is precious. They don't waste it on trivial tasks that don't move them toward their goals. When you act as if you're already successful, you start treating your time with the respect it deserves. Every decision, every action, every conversation should be intentional. What you do with your time will determine the level of success you achieve. Are you spending your time on things that bring you closer to your goals? Or are you allowing distractions to rob you of your potential? Start acting as if you're already successful, and you'll find yourself prioritizing your time in a way that aligns with your vision. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens through deliberate choices. Every time you choose to act with intention and purpose, you are taking steps toward your future success. It's the power of compound effort. The small, consistent actions you take each day lead to bigger results over time. And this is where many people fail. They want success to happen instantly, without realizing that it's the accumulation of consistent, focused action that leads to the results they desire. When you act as if you're already successful, you're telling the world that you are ready for those results, and you're actively working toward them, one step at a time. Another critical aspect of acting as if is learning to trust the process, even when the results are not immediately visible. The journey to success can sometimes feel like you're walking through fog. You know your destination, but you can't see the path clearly. It's easy to feel lost or frustrated when progress seems slow or uncertain. But here's the truth. Every step you take, every effort you put in, is moving you closer to your goal, even when you can't see the immediate effects. Trust the process. Trust that each action, no matter how small, is building the foundation for the success you are creating. By acting as if you're already successful, you are showing the universe that you have faith in the process and that you are willing to keep moving forward, regardless of the obstacles in your way. Trusting the process also means allowing yourself to let go of perfectionism. Too often, we get caught in the trap of thinking that success can only come if everything is perfect. We think, if I don't do this perfectly, then it won't work. But let me tell you something. Perfectionism is a myth. The most successful people didn't achieve their goals because they were perfect. They achieved them because they were persistent, consistent, and resilient. They didn't let fear of failure stop them from moving forward. Instead, they kept acting as if, even when things didn't go according to plan. When you allow yourself to act as if without the pressure of perfection, you open yourself up to the creative process and the opportunities that come with it. Now let's talk about one of the most important aspects of acting as if: faith in yourself. Do you believe that you have what it takes to achieve the success you desire? When you act as if you're already successful, you are affirming that belief. It's easy to doubt yourself, especially when things don't go as planned. But I want you to remember this. Success is not determined by your circumstances, it's determined by your belief in yourself. The more you believe in your abilities and your potential, the more your actions will align with that belief. Success isn't something that happens to you, it's something that you create. By acting as if you're already successful, you're telling yourself, I am capable, I am worthy, I can achieve this. Belief in yourself is the foundation of all success. Without it, you will always find yourself second-guessing your decisions, hesitating when faced with challenges, and doubting your ability to succeed. But when you act as if you already believe in yourself, you step into your power. You begin to make decisions with confidence. You stop waiting for external validation, because you already know that you are more than enough. Your belief in yourself becomes the driving force behind everything you do. And the best part? As you continue to act as if, that belief in yourself becomes even stronger. Another powerful aspect of acting as if is the ability to silence the voices of doubt and fear. Every successful person has faced fear at some point in their journey. The difference between those who achieve success and those who don't is how they respond to fear. Fear doesn't go away just because you act as if. What happens is that you learn to manage it. You acknowledge it, but you don't let it control you. Acting as if allows you to step into your power, despite fear, and take bold actions in the face of uncertainty. The fear will never fully disappear, but you can choose to act through it rather than be paralyzed by it. When you act as if, you are taking control of your mindset, your actions, and your future. The energy you project into the world has a massive impact on your success. When you act as if you're already successful, you radiate confidence, positivity, and purpose. People are drawn to that energy. They want to be around people who are going somewhere, who are creating something meaningful with their life. And those people will become part of your support system, your network, your circle. Acting as if doesn't just change you, it changes how others perceive you, and that opens doors. Your energy becomes magnetic, and you'll find that opportunities, people, and resources start flowing to you in ways you never imagined. And this brings us to an important point. Your network is one of the most powerful tools you have on your journey to success. Successful people understand the importance of surrounding themselves with like-minded individuals, People who are positive, supportive, and goal-oriented. Acting as if draws people into your life who will help elevate you. You begin to attract individuals who resonate with your vision, people who see your potential and want to support you. This is why it's so important to act as if you're already successful. The energy you radiate will attract the people who are aligned with your goals and can help you get there. So, take a moment to think about your own circle. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are they people who support your vision? Do they challenge you to be better? When you act as if you're already successful, you begin to naturally attract those who are on the same path. And as you surround yourself with the right people, you'll find that your success accelerates. The people you meet, the opportunities that come your way, and the resources available to you will be directly influenced by the energy you project. Success is not just about what you do. It's about who you become and who you choose to be around. The power of acting as if is limitless. When you commit to living with the mindset and actions of someone who is already successful, you begin to align your life with the very success you've always dreamed of. Every decision, every action, every moment becomes a step closer to your goal. The world responds to your energy, your belief in yourself, and your willingness to take bold action. Success is not something you wait for. It's something you create by showing up as the person you are destined to become. Start today and step into the greatness that is already within you. You are capable, worthy, and ready to achieve everything you've ever dreamed of. So what are you waiting for? The time to act as if is now. You've come a long way in understanding the power of acting as. By now, you know that the success you desire is not something that's going to magically happen to you. It's something you actively create through your thoughts, your actions, and most importantly, your mindset. Acting as if is not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about embracing the version of yourself who is already successful and stepping into that role with confidence. So, let's take it a step further. What does it really take to sustain this mindset for the long haul? How do you ensure that you're not just pretending but living in alignment with the success you're creating? One of the most essential components of long-term success is personal growth. The person you need to become in order to achieve your goals is not the same person you are today. In order to sustain your success, you must commit to growing and evolving every single day. Growth is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time event. As you act as if you're already successful, you will inevitably encounter new challenges, new questions, and new opportunities to expand. And each of these moments is a chance for growth. But growth requires discomfort. It requires you to step outside of your comfort zone and face the unknown. And it's in those moments of discomfort that you truly learn what you're capable of. This is where many people falter. They expect success to come easily, to come without challenges, without growth. But that's not how success works. Success requires constant evolution. When you act as if you're already successful, you're telling yourself, I am willing to grow, to adapt, and to keep improving. It's this commitment to growth that allows you to sustain success over the long term. The more you grow, the more you expand your potential. And as your potential expands, so does your capacity for success. Another critical part of sustaining success is maintaining clarity around your goals and your vision. When you act as if you're already successful, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of the moment and forget why you started in the first place. Clarity is what keeps you grounded. It's what keeps you moving forward even when things get tough. Without clarity, it's easy to become distracted or overwhelmed by the challenges that arise. But when you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, it becomes much easier to navigate the ups and downs of your journey. Clarity helps you make decisions with confidence. It helps you stay focused and disciplined, even when external circumstances try to pull you off track. So what can you do to maintain clarity? First, regularly remind yourself of your vision. Write it down, say it out loud, reflect on it daily. The more you connect with your goals on an emotional level, the more you'll be able to sustain the energy and commitment required to achieve them. Success doesn't just happen because you want it. It happens because you're consistently aligned with your vision. And the only way to stay aligned is to stay clear about what you want and why you want it. As you act as if you're already successful, you will begin to notice that the people around you start to respond to you differently. This is one of the most exciting aspects of acting as if. You begin to magnetize opportunities, relationships, and resources that support your success. When you project the energy of someone who is already successful, people begin to see you as that person. They start treating you with respect, admiration, and even reverence. The opportunities you attract are no longer random. They are aligned with the version of yourself that you're embodying. But here's the catch. The energy you put out into the world is what determines the energy you receive in return. If you want to attract success, you must radiate it first. To attract success, you must embody it fully. This means speaking, thinking, and acting with the certainty of someone who has already achieved their goals.